Red dwarfs are the smallest true stars in the universe. They form when clouds of gas collapse under gravity, but never gather enough mass to become something larger. Most contain only 7% to 50% of our Sun's mass. Their surfaces burn between 2,000 and 3,500 degrees Celsius. Sounds hot, not here. Compared to larger stars, these are cosmic embers, dim, ancient, slow. A red dwarf can survive for trillions of years, longer than the universe has even existed. Think about that. Some of the first stars ever born may still be alive right now. But here's the disturbing part. If our Sun suddenly became a red dwarf, Earth would become a frozen grave. Oceans, gone. Sunlight, gone. Civilization, gone. And somehow, these tiny objects make up nearly 70% of all stars. The smallest stars conquered the universe, and things only become stranger from here.
Yellow dwarfs. Yellow dwarfs are medium-sized stars like ours. They form when gravity compresses hydrogen hard enough for fusion to begin. And once fusion starts, matter itself becomes energy. Every second, our Sun converts millions of tons of material into pure power. The Sun is 1.39 million kilometers wide. Its surface reaches 5,500 degrees. Its core, nearly 15 million. And yet this enormous object is considered average. But then something changed. Scientists realized stable does not mean safe. Solar eruptions can release more energy in minutes than civilization consumes in centuries. One violent eruption, one wrong moment, entire technologies disappear. And eventually, yellow dwarfs run out of fuel. That is when stars begin dying, and that is where reality becomes uncomfortable. Orange dwarfs. Orange dwarfs are smaller, cooler, more patient. Astronomers believe these may be among the best stars for life because they burn slower, much slower. Some survive tens of billions of years, several times longer than our Sun. Temperatures range from roughly 3,500 to 5,000 degrees, less violent radiation, greater stability, longer lifespans. Sounds perfect. Maybe too perfect. Scientists sometimes call them ideal stars, not because they shine brighter, because they refuse to die. But here is the strange implication. If intelligent civilizations exist, some may have had billions of extra years to evolve. Billions. Earth suddenly feels young, very young, and larger monsters are waiting.
Blue giants. Blue giants are massive stars burning themselves apart, fast, violently. They form when enormous clouds collapse into gigantic stellar furnaces. Temperatures exceed 20,000 degrees Celsius. Some shine tens of thousands of times brighter than our Sun. They are among the brightest objects in galaxies and among the shortest lived. Some survive only a few million years. That sounds long. It isn't. Cosmically, that is almost instant. Blue giants live fast because they burn fuel catastrophically. Then reality itself stops making sense. These stars explode with such violence that entire regions of space change forever, and even larger objects exist. Red giants. Red giants are stars approaching death. When fusion slows, gravity begins winning. The core contracts, the outer layers expand, sometimes enormously. Our Sun will eventually become one. Scientists estimate it may expand close to Earth's orbit. Imagine looking upward and seeing the Sun filling half the sky. Temperatures fall, size explodes. Some become hundreds of times larger than before. But the terrifying part isn't their size, it's what it means. Stars spend billions of years fighting gravity. Eventually, gravity always wins. And then, scientists noticed something impossible.
Supergiants. Supergiants are among the largest stars ever discovered. These objects are not merely large, they are absurd. Some stretch hundreds, others exceed 1,000 times the sun's width. Inside them, carbon forms, then oxygen, then silicon, then iron, layer after layer, like cosmic onions, preparing for collapse. Some exceed 30,000 degrees, others appear cooler, but remain unimaginably huge. Replace the sun with one, and planets disappear inside it. These stars exist in permanent instability, creating the elements in your body while preparing their own destruction. Powerful enough to create worlds, powerful enough to erase them. White dwarfs. White dwarfs are stellar corpses, dead stars, still glowing. When stars like the sun die, the outer layers drift away, leaving behind the core. What remains is terrifyingly dense. Imagine the mass of the sun compressed into something Earth-sized. Gravity becomes extreme. A spoonful could weigh tons. These stars no longer generate energy. They simply cool, slowly, very slowly. Scientists believe the universe itself may not be old enough for the oldest white dwarfs to finish cooling. Think about that. Dead stars, still glowing billions of years later. But not every death stays quiet. Neutron stars. Collapsed stellar cores. Compressed beyond intuition. Massive stars explode. Gravity crushes everything inward. Electrons and protons merge, creating neutrons. What remains is horrifying. A city-sized object, around 20 kilometers wide, containing more mass than the sun. Magnetic fields become monstrous, gravity becomes extreme. Some rotate hundreds of times every second. Imagine mountains existing on objects smaller than cities. Impossible, yet real. Some fire beams across space like cosmic lighthouses. And that wasn't the terrifying part. Black hole progenitors. Some stars become so massive, even neutron stars cannot survive. These stars spend millions of years building heavier elements until iron appears. Then fusion stops. Gravity wins. Immediately, catastrophically, the core collapses. Explosions follow, and sometimes something remains. Not a planet, not a star, something else. Something gravity traps completely. Light enters, nothing returns. The largest stars do not simply die, they transform into objects capable of bending space itself, maybe time itself. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Everything around you, your atoms, your planet, your sun, exists because stars lived and died. Everything begins with stars, and many endings begin there too. If you liked this video, subscribe for more dark space documentaries, because the deeper humanity looks into the universe, the less safe reality begins to feel.